Good morning. Gosh, I'm looking at the date. May is over halfway finished for this year. It's going fast once again, but it's gorgeous out there. I was out on the deck and it's cool, but it's really nice out. And the clouds, I don't know, it looks like it might rain later. Let's start in a seated position. So I'll meet you on my mat. Sukhasana. Notice your sit bones. Let's ground down, just bringing awareness to all the parts that are touching the earth. So we'll kind of wipe away all the layers that separate us from the earth here. And as you exhale, just more awareness of that support, more awareness of yielding to that support. As you inhale, lift and lengthen. And maybe even take your thumbs underneath your armpits and extend upward. And as you extend upward, notice the shoulders want to shrug. So sit tall and then bring the shoulders down. Feel the balance. Upward, downward, all at the same time, that balance. Let's layer in Ujjayi, that sound of the ocean. On your exhale, and maybe even on your inhale. Allowing the breath to talk to you, to call to you through our practice. And with the hands on the knees, let's round the spine. A nice cat back. Nice stretch this morning. And then as you inhale, cow. So back bend. Move back and forth through this. At your own pace, listening to the sound of the breath. Also, awareness in the sensations. And gently deepening these postures, juicing up the spine. Let's do one more each way. Back to neutral. Let's roll the shoulders here, forward, up, back, and down. Feel your shoulder blades. See how much movement you can find as you roll through the shoulders. So we're going to roll through the shoulders with ease, just like we'll roll through our Wednesday with ease. And then come to stillness. Let's inhale up. Bring your arms to goddess. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand to the right knee. Take that right hand behind you. Nice gentle twist to begin with. Take about 3 breaths here. Can you still hear the sound of the ocean? And then inhale forward. Exhale, twist to the left. Again, a nice gentle twist, not your deepest. Can you still hear the sound of the ocean? And can you direct the breath into the belly? We wake up, organs of digestion, get everything moving this Wednesday. Well, let's flow with this. So inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist left. Inhale. And maybe the twist deepens a bit every time. Let's do one more each side. And bring the hands together overhead. Exhale, bring the hands home. Inhale, open the arms wide. Make kind of a bird beak with your fingertips. So you're going to bring fingertips together. Bring the fingertips right underneath the collarbones and little chicken wing movements here with the arms. So with the tips of the fingers under the collarbones, that will massage and stimulate some acupressure points from traditional Chinese medicine. And connect with the lungs. Now slide those fingertips to the tops of your shoulders, up here where the trapezius muscles are. And we're going to do some side bends. So I'm reaching downward with my right elbow, upward with my left, but keeping my sit bones anchored all at the same time. Take a couple breaths here. And then up and over second side. Reach both ways, downward, upward. And breathe. Check on the sit bones. Now sit up nice and tall, bring the hands up, and let's just sway like the tree limbs in the breeze. It's really still out there right now. Let's go side to side. And then come back up, and we're going to mix all of those movements of the spine together by swirling. Focus on the ribs here. So we usually focus on the bones beneath us, but right now let's focus on the movement of the ribs. And the sit bones will come along for the ride. Well, let's go the other direction. All of the movements of the spine. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward here. So kind of a combination of Sukhasana and Child's Pose. Breathe up and down the spine. You can let your head hang. You can bring your forearm to the floor or to the backs of your arms. Now send the arms out long and push the floor away. Let that send your hips back. Now take the hands to the left, same thing, push the floor away. Maybe you deepen this by taking right hand over the left, push away, send the sit bones back and down as you're reaching in the other direction. Again, both directions are important. And then breathe into the sensation. Over to the right. Make this yours, so explore it. Nice stretch. And then back to center. And walk your way back up. Take the hands behind you and step your feet in line with your hips. Turn the fingers out. Draw your elbows back so you've opened through the front chest. Draw the shoulder blades to the spine. Altar pose or upside down table. And let's flow with this. So exhale down. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. Keep going. Can you still hear your Ujjayi breath? That breath can be a reminder to you when it stops that maybe you need to pay attention to what you're doing and modify it a bit so that breath can just be very easeful. Let's do 2 more. And then as you come down, open up into Baddha Konasana. So come up onto the sit bones here. And let's take that same forward fold with the knees open. A little different stretch here. Soften into this. Squeeze the glutes together. Notice a little more space. And then walk the hands to the left. Walk the hands to the right. and then forward. And round up with this. So push the knees down as you roll up, one vertebra at a time, like we do when we come to mountain pose sometimes. Let's come to table. A little more awareness in the wrists here, spreading the fingers wide. Let's rock forward and back just a bit, focusing on the wrists. And as you're shifting the weight, make sure the weight stays in the inside of the wrist. So base of the thumb, base of the index finger. And now turn your hands left and right. Maybe circle. So much work we do with our hands during the day. Let's make sure those joints get some of our attention. Go the other way. And now turn the hands, the fingers point towards you. And this can be much more intense. And you can play with walking the hands further forward, or you can play with walking the hands closer to you. You decide. And then maybe some forward and back, forward and back. Gentle stretches. Some weight bearing, but just controlled stretching, opening up space in the wrists. And now one more thing to do with the hands here. I want you one at a time to take your hand and flip it. So the back of the hand is on the mat. Just holding here. Second side. And then back to table. Let's meet in down dog. Take your time getting here. Explore. And move. And then find stillness. Bending your knees a lot. Let's wake those hamstrings up. Push the mat away. Send your belly to your thighs. Shake your head yes. Little neck wake up. Shake your head no. And let the head just hang. Let the head hang. Maybe you open your eyes and you look back there at your feet. Maybe you even tuck your chin a bit and look at your navel. Or in that direction. Now let the head hang again. On your inhale, gently lift those sit bones straight up. Notice the legs straight and the heels start to reach downward. Hold this for a couple breaths. And then soften again, bring the knees down. Flowing through that inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, soften. Focus here on the backs of the legs. Gently waking up, calf muscles, hamstrings. Even the back, stretching out through the side waist. 2 more. Now walk your feet wide, left and right edges of the mat. Keep the knees bent as you walk your hands to your feet. Bring your forearms to your thighs. Nice light touch. While you're here, reach back through the tailbone, through the sit bones. Even taking your hands in an L shape to your hip creases and pushing your hips back. And at the same time, you reach through the crown of the head. And let's see if you can soften those shoulders away from the ears. Once you've felt that extension, that axial extension of the spine, then a light touch to the legs with the forearms. Touch the fingertips together lightly. Breathe. And pull your feet away from each other. Feel the hips engage. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Now lift your prayer here. And then as you exhale, come through that squat. We're going to flip the prayer and touch the fingers to the earth and back up to the heart and up to the sky. Up and down. Nice control. Squat. Maybe a little lower each time. Maybe adding a bit of a back bend as you rise up. Let's do 3 more. The count will start with the hands up. And exhale, hands home to the heart. Bring your arms down to the sides. See if you can heel toe your way to the top of the mat without looking at the feet. Imagine you're walking on a plank. You're gonna walk the plank in yoga class. And then stand firmly with the feet underneath the hips. Inhale, swing your arms up. Exhale, let's take a swan dive forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to. On your inhale, lift halfway, that same axial extension. Exhale, back down, hands to the mat, step back in plank. Shift forward, and let's rock a little here on the wrists. So we're on the balls of the feet. Push the mat away. Feel the support in the shoulders. Feel the strength building in the arms. Now drop your knees. Lift your tailbone up to the sky. Feel the heart come down towards the earth. Lift your chin. Control. Strengthen the arms again. And then slide through. Let's go into cobra or baby cobra if that's where you're at. Tuck your toes, down dog. Let's walk to the top of the mat. As you arrive, tuck your hands under your feet here. So the backs of the hands are on the mat. Knees are bent a lot. And then use your toes to massage into the palms. Maybe a little stillness here. Maybe even lifting as best you can towards halfway up. And then exhale. Release the hips, release the hands. Swing your arms out and up. Exhale, hands home to the heart. Let's do one more Surya A. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway, lengthen, long spine. Exhale, plank. Find your way to your belly. I'm really liking knees, chest, chin for the arm strength. And then your back bend. Maybe even up dog here. And down. Tuck your toes. Down dog. And make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands home to the heart, saluting the sun. So I mentioned in the title, Salmon Sunrise. Oh, it was the prettiest color this morning. It was a very salmon color of pink. It was beautiful. All right, let's bring the feet together so the big toes touch. Keep the heels apart a bit. We're going to drop the hips reaching down towards the mat. Maybe you can even bring those fingers down towards your ankles. Maybe you even touch the mat and then swing up. Lift into chair. Let's bring the arms forward of the ears a bit. Curl your tailbone so it points down towards the earth. Look up. Let's bring the hands together in Anjali Mudra. Look at your thumbs. And then forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step back with your right foot. We're going to come up in a lunge, so make sure you're on railroad tracks and rise up. Bend that back knee, tailbone reaches down towards the earth, like a beam of light that you're pointing downward, hands to heart. Maybe you can keep that light beam pointing downward and straighten the leg a bit. Lift your arms here. Nice back bend. High crescent lunge. Breathe. 2 more breaths. On your exhale, plank. Inhale in plank and then find your way down. Find your back bend. And then meet me in down dog. And a nice quick trip to the top of the mat. Plant the feet under the hips and then touch the toes. Heels can stay separate a bit. Lengthen halfway. Now as you lengthen halfway, drop your hips. Let those fingertips sweep down towards the floor as you rise up and pass through chair. Rising all the way up, maybe even a back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart. Second side, dipping down there. Lifting up into your chair. Arms in front of the ears, maybe bring the hands together. Gazing at the thumbs. Tailbone connects to the earth. And then forward fold. Lift halfway. Step back with the left foot. Remember, we're lunging, so railroad tracks. Rise up. Bend the back knee. Send that beam of light to the earth from your tailbone. Hands to heart. Reach through the heel a little more, as long as you can keep that light pointing downward. And lift the prayer. Lift the gaze. Lift the heart. Melting into your high crescent lunge. Feel the opening through the left hip flexors, left psoas. And then exhale, fold forward. Find your plank. Inhale in plank. And on your exhale, come down. And come right into your back bend. And right back into down dog. Let's hold down dog for a few breaths. Wiggle around a bit. Settle into your dog. Breathe. Now look between your hands. Let's bring the hands together in the triangle. Index fingers touch, thumbs touch. I'm going to step my right foot to the outside of my right hand. Step my left foot to the outside of my left hand. So I've arrived in that squat again. We're going to turn the toes outward. Let's try garland. Let's come down. A nice yogi squat. And once you get here, wiggle a bit if you need to. See if you can bring the feet to the earth. And if you can't, it's wise to put something under the heels. Maybe a blanket, another yoga mat. Now, upper arms into the knees. I'm going to bring my hands together, and as I pull my hands down in front of my heart, I resist with the knees. So that tension allows me to extend through the spine. Maybe even some awareness of the tailbone here, pointing down towards the earth. Such a good pose to become aware of Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, pelvic floor, the earth. Color is red. Breathe. Opening deeply into the hips. Now bring those wrists forward again, and let's just rock forward and back. So up onto the toes, and then back onto the heels. Bearing some weight in the wrists. Working on some agility. And if crow is in your practice, feel free to lift up into crow. One of these days I'll focus on mastering that. Everybody makes it look so easy. And then stay here in this shape. I'm going to reach out with my left hand. So I'm going to reach way out there, bringing my armpit towards my knee. Take my right hand to my right knee, twisting the heart to the right. Maybe you take the right hand behind you in a half bind. Turn the heart, turn the gaze to the right. Then come back to center, switch sides. Right hand, reach it way out here. So you're bringing armpit towards the knee. And left hand to left knee, start your twist. And maybe you take the back of the hand to your low back, taking that half bind to deepen the twist. And then reach forward. Maybe you can swing both arms around here. Take your heels and just fold into this. shoulder, Muladhara chakra, root chakra, pelvic floor, the most primal of our chakras. Now bring the fingertips back down to the earth and lift up into a forward fold. Adjust the feet, heel toe the feet so they're underneath your hips. Here's our halfway up. Lengthen, axial extension. Exhale, fold. Check out those hamstrings. Maybe they're a little more open. Pull the feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale, the hands home to the heart. Shift your weight to your right. Lift your left knee into staff. We're going to stay there for a moment. Now push down in the right foot in order to lift and lengthen upward. So it's a downward reach. Hold. Now take your hand to your knee and open the knee to the left. And maybe take the gaze to the right. Reach down in the right foot, lengthen. And then bring that knee forward again. You can hang on to it or not. See if you can reach down for your big toe with your peace sign fingers. Lifting up into kind of a half happy baby. Maybe working towards straightening that leg any amount. Maybe opening the leg any amount. Maybe even shifting the gaze rightward. Push down into the right foot, grow upward. And then bring that foot forward and release. Let's take a sun breath. Inhale up. And exhale, fold forward. Lengthen. Long spine, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift the weight to the left. Lift the right knee, keep it lifted, staff pose. Push down into that left foot, push, push, push. And notice as you're pushing, there's nowhere to go but up. Now take the knee, open. But maybe take the gaze to the left. Keep pushing through that left foot. Keep reaching upward through the left side. And bring the knee forward. Maybe you reach down for your big toe, coming into kind of a standing half happy baby. And then opening that leg up any amount. Out to the right. This side's tougher. And maybe you can take the gaze to the left. This morning it's not going to happen for me. Find your edge. And then step down. My edge wasn't very deep into that posture. Inhale up, but that's okay. Exhale, fold. As you fold, heel toe the feet to the left and right edges of the mat. Bend the knees a little bit here. We're going to take the left hand to the mat and reach up with the right. So another twist. And I'm bending my left knee a bit and then switch. Bend your right knee a bit, bring the right hand to the floor, twist. Side to side. One more each side. Hands to the mat wide, just like the feet. Step back with the feet wide, a nice wide plank pose. And when we're on our hands and knees, sometimes we do some circling. Let's do some circling here. Just be really mindful of the wrists. And go the other way. Press up into down dog. Adjust the hands so they're shoulder distance apart. You can keep your feet wide. Breathe. Now walk the feet hip distance apart. We're going to swing the right leg back and up. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Parallel the shoulders to the floor. Really feel that open right hip. Let's do some hip mandala circles. So shifting forward, nice big circles. You can stay bent for the trip, or you can work to straighten the leg a bit. Now stack the hips, knees bent, lift it. Shift forward, take your right knee to your right armpit, slide that knee down to the mat. We're going to come into pigeon. So shin is down to the earth, and then slide back through the left leg. Let's stay lifted in our pigeon for a bit. Shoulders open. Shoulder blades back and down. Gaze down the tip of the nose. Bend your left knee. And you may have to kind of adjust so the bend happens up kind of above the kneecap. Swing your right arm back there and see if you can catch your left foot. And then turn your shoulders towards the earth. Pull those legs together like the blades of a pair of scissors. Feel that support you. Feel this nice stretch in the front of the thigh. And then float that foot down and sink down into your pigeon. A block under the head can be nice. Just some place for your head to rest. I think I'll use a block so I'm not right there with my microphone. Soften into this, breathe. Now rise up. That block can stay up there. I'm going to shift my weight onto this right hip. So rolling to my hip, swing the left leg around so you'll be kind of sideways on your mat. Now my right foot is on the inside of my left thigh. You can tuck the foot, reach up with the right arm, and fold forward, reaching to the outside of the left leg. Again, you can take a half bind here, reach out with the left arm, swing it behind you, folding and twisting. And then inhale, rise back up. We're going to come back to pigeon. Sweep that left leg back. And then work your way back into your pigeon. Tuck the toes of the left foot. Bring the hands to the mat. See if you can swing the right leg back and up. Back to a three-legged dog, a nice long three-legged dog. And then float the foot down, back to down dog. Let's take a little vinyasa here, so ripple forward into your plank. Find your way to your belly. Find your back bend. And then back to down dog. Left leg back and up. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Check out the shoulders. You may have to press a little more through the left shoulder, left hand. Hip mandalas, let's do some circles through the hip. Make those circles get bigger. Maybe the leg extends long through some of this circling. And then eventually shift that knee upward and ripple forward three-legged plank, knee to left armpit. And then drop the knee to the left wrist, down to the mat, shins on the mat. Slide through that right leg. Stay here. Check out your hands. Make sure the weight is in the inside of the wrist. I like to tuck, you can probably see it on this side camera. I tuck my toes, and then lift my knee and kind of reach and come down with a little length. Then when I bend, I'm not right on top of the kneecap. And notice here, as you bend the knee, just continue with that squeeze of the thighs towards each other. That just naturally happens as you lift. Now swing the left arm back. See if you can find your ankle, your foot, and then turn the shoulders. Push the foot into the hand. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. Breathe. Unwind. Float that chin down and float forward. We'll kind of sleep in pigeon here for a moment. Now lift your head. I'm going to shift my weight to the left hip. So I'm rolling to the left hip as I swing that right leg up and out. Coming into Janu Shirshasana, I'm going to tuck my foot. Swing the left arm up over to the outside of the right leg, wherever. It can be your shin, your foot, even your thigh. The right arm. Reach out and then behind you, take that half bind. Use that to twist your heart to the right. And then inhale, rise up. Let's turn towards the top of the mat and come back to Sukhasana. Pause here, where we started. Let's take the hands to the ribs. Let's start to guide the ribs into that circle. You can release just awareness of the rib cage. And then notice the shoulders can get involved. Feel the movement in the pelvis go the other way. And even the neck, just let the neck naturally swirl around with us. Kind of like a little tornado, a little swirl. And then come up to a balanced seat. Pause here to notice now. Once again, the parts of you that are being supported by the earth. Let your mind travel through all the layers that separate you from the earth. And just like when we were pushing into our feet, awareness, downward movement into the support. And the only place to go is up. Soften your shoulders. Breathe. Now extend the legs long, Dandasana, and keep a little bend in the knees if you need to. Swing your arms up. Roll the little fingers towards each other as you inhale. Lift. Exhale, fold forward. Find something, your toes, your ankles, your shins. Breathe. Now rise back up into Dandasana. Take your hands behind you. Remember our upside down table that we visited at the beginning of our practice. You can take that same shape or lift here. Trying to bring the soles of the feet towards the ground. Point those toes. Look down. Breathe. Exhale, soften, back down, bend the knees. Let's curl up in a nice little ball. Listen for the sound of the ocean, the sound of Urai. Is it still with you? Make sure there's plenty of mat behind you and find your way to your back. Maybe roll down across the spine. Then float the feet out wide, left and right edges, arms out wide in whatever shape feels good. Let's do some windshield wipers. Now the next time the knees are to the right, hold them there. Maybe play with lifting your right ankle and placing it on the outside of the left knee. Reach that left arm up by your ear, stretching through the whole left side body. Now uncross and bend the left knee a bit more. Bring the heel as close to you as you can. Maybe you can reach down for the left ankle. Pull it up like a cat grabbing its tail. And you'll deepen the stretch in the front of the left thigh. Now slide that foot back down so you can windshield wiper the knees to the left. Lift the left ankle and take it on the outside of the right knee. Keep both feet flexed, especially that right foot. And you can keep that foot there as you reach down for your ankle. Or you can lift the foot off. And now lift the ankle if you haven't already. Come back to center. Let's draw both knees into the chest and take a nice full happy baby here. Draw the knees down, open through the hips, maybe rock side to side. Playful happy baby. Now balance on the spine, bring the soles of the feet together, a flying Baddha Konasana. I've got my hands on my ankles, using my forearms to push the knees open. Again, squeezing the glutes here, he'll open up a bit more. And then release all effort and float the feet down. You can rest in this Baddha Konasana, or you can take any other shape. Arms up, hands under head feels good here. You find your place for a few moments of stillness. Hips should be nice and open. It can feel good if you're still in Baddha Konasana to make that L shape here with your index finger and thumb. Find your hip crease and then push the hips away towards your feet. And feel that release in the spine, and then let it go. If you're still layering in Ujjayi, you can release that and allow the breath just to return to its natural state. As you deepen your breath, if the knees are still open, reach down with your hands to help the legs come together. And take a good morning stretch as you do that, wiggling fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles, maybe a yawn. And exhale, draw the knees to the chest. Let's rock up to a seat today. Back up to where we started from. It's still very quiet out there. No breeze. Let's inhale together one more time. Exhale, hands to heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. See you next week. Same time, same place. Have a great day and the rest of the week. We're halfway through.